Hello and welcome. For this reading, we're bringing through messages for whoever needs them. For pile 1, we have pink aragonite. Pile 2, we have a golden healer. And for pile 3, we have a flame stone. I will put the timestamps in the description box and I'll see you at your pile. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the pink aragonite, this is your message. Let's see what came through. So we have sensuality, feminine wisdom, passion. We have adjustment, looking back and moving forward. We have harvest, gathering of blessings. We have achievement, effort plus intention. And we have bright heart light with open connections. The first messages that I'm getting are about not giving up. There's a message here about staying the course and not giving up. You're right at the turning point of something, and they're not giving me exactly what it is, but I'm seeing it as like a crossroads. That's what I'm seeing, where like two paths kind of split off in opposite directions. And they're showing me like you're at the crossroads and you're almost there, and just not to give up, because what's on the other side of the current challenges that you're experiencing are this really beautiful, it's this really beautiful energy of feeling like you can look back on how far you've come and understand why you had to go through so many challenges to get to where you are. There's also a message coming through about your sacral chakra and working with that energy. I'm not feeling a blockage, but I'm feeling there's like this, it's almost overpowering, like the amount of energy that's flowing through your sacral chakra right now. And they want you to use that energy for creation, for paving your path forward. I have 2 cats, so the kitten is currently playing in the background if you're hearing weird sounds. So there's something here about like being able to look back at the path that you've been walking and know why it took so long to build, because where you're going is just steps ahead of where you, I don't want to say where you currently are, because I feel like you are at that crossroads where you're transitioning. But it's like you'll be able to look on that with pride that you've been through so much and that you've made it through so much. Now there's also a message here about protection. I was getting that right away with this tiger looking over the shoulder of the woman here on the sensuality card. And then here we have an owl over her shoulder as well. It's like you're being strongly guided. I'm getting an ancestral energy, but this could also be, angelic as well. And then we also have the white buffalo calf woman here, and she has the white buffalo behind her. So there's a strong ancestral protection energy here. And it's to get you to this point where you're able to pull in your harvest and look back on your progress, right? Because the harvest doesn't come without effort, is how it's coming through. It comes through hard work, tending the soil, planting the seeds, being patient while they're growing. And then, you do all that in spring, and then by autumn, you're able to harvest. But, that's a couple seasons away. And they're showing it to me like you've been in the season of life where you've been planting seeds and waiting patiently for them to grow, but you're crossing that threshold into harvest season. And it's not going to happen overnight, they're saying. This is a message to encourage you not to give up. So if there's something that you've been working on and maybe even struggling with, if it's been a waste of time, there's a message here about not giving up too soon. Because you're maybe not seeing the progress you want, because I feel like that is coming. And it has everything to do with this beautiful light that you're shining through your heart chakra, the dedication, the work that you've put in. not only to your path, but also to yourself, to loving yourself. I'm seeing someone who's cleared a lot of self-doubt, a lot of pessimism, a lot of negative thinking loops. I was going to say patterns, but they gave it to me like loops, looping around on the same thought patterns. So yeah, it's really beautiful. You also have self-trust. Yeah, this path that you've been on with its challenges has helped you cultivate this deep trust in yourself and this deep trust in your own path and your own vision for your future. You have destiny. Yeah, again, it's about the path that you're meant to be walking. We also have generosity. Now we do have the fox here, and fox represents, trickery or when things aren't quite what they seem. But with it coming out here with generosity, I'm getting like even the times that you have felt deceived or like there was trickery going on, you've pulled yourself out of that because you're generous in spirit. You are kind-hearted. That's what's being shown to me too. You have a very tender, open heart space. And so, by developing this self-trust and walking your path, that's, your generosity is going to come back to you times 10, I'm hearing. We also have healing. So I do feel that that's confirmation for you that you have been in a state of healing, and it takes time, it takes dedication, it takes patience, right? To be in this constant state of healing and bettering ourselves and working on those things that are hard to look at within. And you've gone through it and you've maintained this, love for yourself throughout the process. And that's really beautiful. We have becoming a shapeshifter. Here comes Athena. Becoming a shapeshifter. And then we also have love that you are different. And that's so interesting because the shapeshifter is like shifting into, a lot of times with shapeshifters, it's about shaping, like transitioning from human to, a different form, like an animal or something. But this one says love that you are different. And I'm getting it's like you've really loved yourself through all of your phases and spaces that you've been through on your path, and they're really proud of you for that. Okay, pile one. We're going to close out with a alchemy oracle. Ooh, okay, that flew out of the deck. I don't know if the camera caught it, but we have reddening, so I'm going to stick with that one. And yeah, if you're interested in going further in a personal reading, my website is below. You can book straight through there. But this is such a beautiful reading. So encouraging. It's beautiful. All right. Almost there. Hold on. Reddening. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to let it sit there. The reddening indicates a full expression of the work. Everything is alive. The heart pumps, the cells celebrate, and the blood sings its way through the body. What was dormant has been awakened, and what was once considered base is now noble. Aches and pains are integrated, shadows are acknowledged and interwoven. When the reddening card appears, it signifies health, power, and a climaxing of the work, a coalescing of what has been learned. The laboratory is no longer separate from the alchemist or from the work, but the three are now one. What occurs in the body is reflected in the world and vice versa, through the process of reddening, we move out of the head and into the physical body. More specifically, we reach the heart. It is there that the alchemist finds the sacred ingredients of power and kindness. I was laughing because I was seeing this as soon as I read the heart. I was seeing this card really clearly. So like this is what you're working towards. Don't give up. That's the biggest message here. If you feel guided to leave a comment and let me know if this reading resonated with you, do so. Sorry, my kitten's distracting me just slightly, getting into things. So anyhow, If you feel guided to, leave a comment, and please don't forget to like the video if you made it this far. I appreciate you. Take care. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the Golden Healer, these are your messages. Let's see what came through for you. So we have River of Blessings, releasing constraints. And we have Courage, Strength, Fierceness, and Family. Interesting. I'm getting a similar energy. So the message in pile 1 was different, but in pile 1 there were 2 cards that had some very protective animals over the person, and I'm getting that here as well. Here it's a cheetah, and here it's a lion. So you're definitely being protected. I'm getting a very strong Lyran energy. So you could resonate with Lyran energy, Lyran Starseed energy. Yeah, you're being protected by some really powerful guides. It's coming through strongly. And they're not only protecting you, they're protecting your, I'm hearing your sacredness, like the sacredness of your being. They're protecting your integrity. It's really interesting because they're not only protecting you for safety, but they're protecting your integrity. That's an interesting message. Yeah, there's something here about this pile having a very important purpose on this planet, and you need to be protected. Like your vessel, your soul needs to be protected so that you can fulfill your mission. They're not giving me exactly what the mission is. Only you would know that. Or if you want to know more about that, we can dive deeper maybe in a personal reading. But there's something here about your integrity being protected. Yeah, it just keeps coming through. I don't want to be redundant, so I'm going to move on to the next cards. You have Love, Delphinius. You have Strength with Hercules. And you have Consistency with the Dog Star. So for some of you, this is about a path that's protected when it comes to a partnership. For some of you, because I'm seeing that here with Love and Hercules, I'm seeing like the masculine energy being very strong here, but it's, you know, also the feminine energy is strong. There's something about balancing here. If this is about a protected partnership, you know, only you will know if you're with the person right now or not. It could be something that you're manifesting or calling in. But there's a reason here that path is being protected, and it's to bring consistency into your path so that you can fulfill this very special mission that you have. There's a message here about companionship and like that you're not supposed to walk this path alone. So if you're someone that hasn't been partnered or for a long time, and that's something that you want, the message here is that you're not meant to walk this path alone. There are lessons that you're meant to learn on your own before you come into union with this person. But I'm getting strongly that this pile, if you're resonating with this message, you're not meant to walk this path alone. It's coming through again with like the protective energy here with the animals, right? Because it's like these people are alone, but there are these strong spirit protectors over them, watching over them. So if this doesn't apply to love in the romantic sense, it could be friendship, it could be soul family, it could also be spirit guides letting you know that you're not walking this path alone as well. We also have Heed the Messengers. And remember I said your integrity was being protected, and I'm seeing like just this card radiating purity. There's something very pure about you, very innocent, and it's coming through as like this innocent, pure part of your soul. It's not coming through as connected to your human. It's an essence that's within your soul, that lives within your soul, your soul star. It's like this aspect of your soul. It's coming through as like this essence lives in your soul star, which is the chakra right above your crown. And there are guides protecting it. And that's why we're seeing these guides here on these cards, like right over the crown of the head. So it's really beautiful message here. Only you will know what this is about, truly. But let's see what they want to close out with. We're using the Alchemy Oracle. Okay, you guys got 2 cards. So you have Coagulation. And you also have Summer. And this 3rd card wanted to pop out, which is Chaos. This is an interesting... It's an interesting trio of cards to end your reading with here, because to me, none of these really go together. Coagulation is about feeling stuck. Chaos is about too many things happening at once. And Summer is about like that freedom and that sunshine. And, you know, anyway, it's really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this combination of cards come out. Let's pull them up. If you're interested in going deeper in this reading, we can do a personal reading. You can book straight through my website, which is in the description box. And I'm just looking for Coagulation here. Okay, getting closer. Sorry, it takes forever to find these in the book because they're Roman numerals. There we go. Here comes Athena. So we're going to start with Coagulation. You can just see her little paws. She'll probably just sit here. She's been wanting to be closer to me lately. So I tried to film while she was sleeping, but she likes to be really close. Okay. Coagulation is the great alchemical operation of Earth. By way of this operation, we experience that which was fluid churning into solid formation. The formerly disparate ingredients begin adhering together into a fixed and solid unit. The result is visible, reliable, and eventually concrete. When you hear the phrase, "it is finally taking shape," coagulation is underway. The shadow aspect of coagulation is that the elements may have come together without much awareness, and in turn they become unconsciously attached. Inertia and resentment set in, the parts that can no longer separate even if they wish to. Many long-term relationships have coagulation aspects, a naturally occurring codependency, by which both parties feel unseen or unknown as individuals. The work of coagulation is to experience the merging with other while not losing oneself. That ties back to that message I was getting about not going it alone, but there's a reason that you had to wait. And what came through as I was reading that card is strongly that it has to do with clearing codependency and codependent tendencies as well. Okay, we're going to move on to Chaos. When an alchemist sits in their laboratory amidst the presence of chaos, something miraculous is bound to occur. That's because this state is so powerful and all-encompassing that it typically overwhelms the student to the point of despair. Such is the nature of chaos. It is the grand trickster, the topsy-turvy confusion that turns life on its head and spins a web not even the wisest mystic can untangle. Baffling, yes. Disorienting, yes. But the seasoned alchemist recognizes it as the most potent point in the alchemical experiment. Wait, observe, do nothing. It is destiny itself that spins the web. Clarity will emerge one strand at a time. Your only task is to breathe. Do not struggle. The 3 fates hold you in their sights as you free fall towards freedom. That's a really beautiful message. So if you found yourself, pushing forward on things and you're not really getting anywhere, you feel like you're pushing up against a wall, that's when it's time to surrender, because chaos kind of ensues, right? Like when we push and it's not quite time yet. So just make sure that you're moving forward on your path, but you're not trying to push when you're feeling that the path is blocked. That's a time to surrender. Okay, summer. To experience summer is to be embodied. Sorry, she tried to stick her nose in the candle. To experience summer is to be embodied. The summer air kisses every crevice of our body, opening us up in ways long forgotten. Lust, desire, laughter, sweat, physicality, these are all expressions of summer's fullness shining through. When this card appears, know that the senses are heightened and the work is nearing full expression. It may feel as though things are electrified or about to burst. Keep in mind that, like all of the alchemical seasons in your narrative, for now, everything in your narrative is fleshed out, and the story has just another chapter or two until it begins again. So revel in this time of ripening and rhythm, celebrate, gather, connect. Whether the season is literal or metaphorical, let yourself be swept into the pulse of these hot and heavy nights. Beautiful way to end your reading. I'm going to leave it there, pile 2. I truly wish that these messages resonated with you and assisted you in some way. If you feel guided to leave a comment, please do. I love to read them. And please don't forget to like the video if you made it this far. Take care. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the flame stone, these are your messages. Let's see what's coming through. So we have touching earth, planting something new. We have divine feminine, magnetic, receptive power. And we have idyllic times, garden paradise. There's a strong message coming through here about connecting with earth consciously. So those of you who do energy work, my Reiki practitioners, my energy workers, you're being asked to channel that energy into the earth. You can see here there's light coming out of the hands on the earth. And then here, of course, she's pointing her hands down and energy's pouring out towards the earth. The earth needs your care at this time. I'm getting that strongly. She's asking for some energy work from her light workers. Even if you're not like Reiki attuned and you feel guided to do this, you don't need to. Everyone has Reiki within them. It's life force energy, right? And so you don't need to be Reiki attuned to do something like that. It's the same thing that we do when we ground, right? We connect energetically with the earth through putting our feet and our hands on the earth. That's what you're being asked to do here for this pile. All right, we have justice with Virgo. And being drawn to the clock on that card, we have sisterhood with Taurus. And we have Sagittarius with acclaim. I almost thought this was Capricorn. I was going to say that's so interesting because they're all 3 earth signs that came out. And not all of these cards, by the way, are, they're all connected to the constellations and galaxies, but not all of them are astrology related. So I would pay attention to Virgo, Taurus, and Sagittarius seasons. There's something there about that. That might be the important times the earth is asking for your assistance for this pile. And I would just make a note of these astrological seasons. Now, Virgo season, as I'm recording this reading, starts in a couple weeks. But this reading is timeless, just pay attention because I'm seeing the clock here. It's actually a compass, but I'm seeing it as a clock. So it's almost like the clock is ticking. There's something that starts in Virgo season and continues through. I almost want to put these this way because it will go Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, then Sagittarius, and then Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and then Taurus. It's like there's something here the next 8 months or so that's building to culmination. And if you look here, the way that I rearrange them, there's a solo person here, a solo person here, and then there's community over here with the sisterhood, right? So it's almost like you're building community through connecting your energy more directly to the earth. Interesting. You might even join a community that focuses on uplifting the earth in some way by Taurus season, which, if you're finding this close to Taurus season, it could be, you'll know that what you've built up until this point. But I'm getting like a window into the next 8 months for this pile. There's something really interesting about the next 8 months. And even if you're finding this after Virgo season, you can calculate it from wherever you are in time, right? Time's fluid, and honestly, human time isn't, like you can't really measure it the way that we do, right? So Yeah, very interesting. Okay. We have time to ground. Again, it just keeps coming through for this pile here. It's time to ground. We have focus and then act. There's something about intended focus here, like focusing your intention. You also have honor Gaia. So again, it's all about earth connection here. And you also have know you belong. And it's falling right on this Taurus card with the sisterhood. So for those of you who feel like you've had to walk most of your path alone, there is something coming in about community and feeling that you're with the right people, you're with your soul family, you're connected, you are, it feels very loving, it feels very secure, it feels like you finally are connecting with people who share similar values to you, a similar path, you're assisting each other. It almost feels, to be honest, what's coming through and what they're showing me is like a coven of witches, right? How there's a group and they all have their different roles and they all, you know, do rituals together to make different things come about, but they're also very connected to the earth. So I wouldn't be surprised to learn that some of you perhaps do practice some form of like Wicca or paganism, something like that, where it's very connected to the earth, but you do work alongside other women in a coven, or to find out that some of you might have been looking for the right group like that. I don't get messages like that very often. That felt very specific, and these are messages for whoever needs them. So that could have come through as confirmation for someone. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you feel guided to. We're going to go ahead and close out with the Alchemy Oracle and see what comes through. If you want to dive deeper in a personal reading, you can book with me straight from my website, which is in the description box. Okay, so you guys have one of my favorite cards to close with here. It's the Golden Rose, so we're going to pull that from the book. But I always feel this beautiful sun-shining energy from this card. So beautiful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read it. The rose has long been used as a symbolic image for the summation of alchemy, the outer petals representing the first 7 planets and operations, while the inner planets protect the revelations from unwelcome eyes. But what exactly resides at the center of the golden rose? Alchemy tells us it's a secret, and it is meant to be kept as such. The rose spirals both inward and outward simultaneously. It offers beauty to the onlooker while concealing its inner chambers. This is the complex nature of the golden rose. It challenges the alchemists to reorient their thinking, to devote their work to honoring the secret rather than attempting to become the master of it. Kneel at the altar of the unknown. Cherish the golden rose as it is a model of the self. More will be revealed. That's so beautiful. So again, I was getting that message about time and the message about like this 8-month period of time. So something could be building up to culmination within the next 8 months. And they're letting you know that at the end, it will be the summation of all of its parts, right? Whatever's coming into fruition here. So I truly wish you the best. I hope this reading resonated with you and provided comfort in some way. And if you feel guided, please leave a comment. And don't forget to like the video if you made it this far. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye.